Hello and welcome to another Mr. Carter Science Special. In this video we'll be looking at microorganisms, decay, compost and the recycling of nutrients. As always, if you enjoy these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below to let me know what you've been learning. So, compost. Compost is involved in the decay and recycling cycles. Garden compost can be made by making use of the process of decay. Decomposers will break down kitchen waste and garden and plant material to make a brown crumbly substance known as compost. And you can see some compost being made here. Compost contains high concentrations of nutrients released by decomposers. Compost can then be used as a good natural fertilizer which improves the soil's mineral content, structure and water retention. Farms produce compost by using decomposers to break down the remains of harvested fruit and vegetables and combining it with decaying animal feces known as manure. These decomposers can be organisms such as worms or beetles, or microorganisms such as bacteria or fungi. And the composting process can take up to an entire year. So what are the principles of composting? The main one to look at is recycling. Microorganisms and decomposers in a compost heap make use of both the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle to help recycle chemicals in dead plants so that the chemicals can be used again by living plants. The microorganisms will release enzymes like amylase and protease that can digest large molecules found in dead plants. For example, starch can be digested into glucose. The glucose can then be absorbed into the microorganisms by diffusion, and the microorganisms will then use the glucose in respiration. As a result, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. This carbon dioxide can then diffuse into the leaves of plants through the stomata and palisade cells of living plants for the use in photosynthesis, producing new glucose molecules. The glucose can then be used to form new plant molecules such as starch, cellulose cell walls and protein. Thus the carbon has been recycled from the dead plants to the living plants. We mentioned earlier that protease enzymes may be released by the microorganisms, and these can be used to digest proteins into amino acids. And some of these amino acids may become deanimated, and the nitrogen atoms that they contain can be released into the soil in the form of nitrate ions. These nitrate ions and other ions like magnesium can then be absorbed into living plants by active transport through the root hair cells. The nitrate ions may then be combined with glucose and recycled into new amino acids and proteins. The magnesium ions may be used to form new chlorophyll molecules and used in photosynthesis. The microbes have helped to digest and break down the nutrients locked in dead plants, ready for use by living plants and animals. So in this way we are recycling all of those molecules and atoms and nutrients and minerals locked in the dead plants, all through the use of decomposers, the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle. I hope you've enjoyed this short video into microorganisms, decay and compost. As I've said previously, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your time.